What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, Laker fans are running around, jumping for joy, you know, celebrating like it's Mardi Gras, want beads around their neck. Some of them want other type of beads around their neck from their king, if you catch my drift. Um, Thinking the Lakers got a quality win. Oh, Too Raw. What you got to say now? Oh, Ticket. What y'all got to say now? Oh, Brickney Love Sports. What you got to say now? We beat a team above 500. We beat defending champions. Can't make no excuses now. Ha, 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 ha. Well, technically, you did beat a team that's above 500. But once again, you beat a team that's sputtering. Oh, yeah. You did beat the brakes off the Boston Celtics, and they're the defending champions. But they have been anything but defending champions over the past 20 games. Over the past 20 games, the Boston Celtics are 11-9. That is not indicative of a championship team. Prior to losing to the Lakers, it took them overtime to beat a Clippers team that did not have James Harden, that did not have Kawhi Leonard, surprise, surprise, and did not have Norman Powell. Okay? This is the same Celtic team that has fallen in almost every category from last year when they won the championship. Scoring, points yielded, offensive rating, defensive rating. They're clearly not the same team. Now, there's various factors as to why they're not the same team. You could chop it up to three-point shooting or their lack of three-point shooting. They rely on one aspect of the game. They shoot the three, I think, more than any other team in the NBA. They take about 49 three-pointers a night. They live by the three and they die by the three. And more often than not, I should say, they've been dying by the three as of late. That's part of it. Their defensive intensity. The intensity overall has not been there. And Derek White in particular has struggled. Last year, Derek White was a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, shooting 46% from the floor. This year, he's shooting 43% from the floor. Last year, he shot almost 40% from downtown. This year, he's down to 37%. Last year, 91% from the line. This year, 83%. Last year, averaged 5.2 assists. This year, averaging 4.1 assists. But in the last 9 games, he has been atrocious. 32.6% from the floor, 23.9% from three-point range. And a lot of this has to go on coaching as well, as far as being ready and prepared to go out there for battle. That is an indictment on Joe Mazzulla. Okay? Joe Mazzulla, I've said before, we've all said this. He inherited a team from Mayodoka. Now we see what the Mayodoka's doing. Hell, they just beat the Cavaliers, right? So we see what the Mayodoka's doing. They got the second best record in the Western Conference. Nobody saw that coming. So once again, Mayodoka's proven how great a coach he is. He don't have to have superstars, okay? He will have the team, whatever team he goes to, he's going to help to maximize the potential of that particular squad. Now, as far as acquiring the pieces, of course, you got to give credit to the Houston Rockets general manager in the front office. But I'm telling you, Mayodoka, if he gets a decent team at his disposal, that brother going to win a couple championships before his coaching career comes to an end. I think he could be a top 15 all-time coach. Joe Mazzulla is not a top 15 all-time coach. Yes, he won a championship last year. But we've said this before. We've all said this. Everybody gave the Milwaukee Bucks so much shit for playing teams that weren't full, that had injuries, that weren't fully healthy, et cetera, et cetera. But nobody, and I mean nobody outside of us in the LWC, pointed out last year that Boston beat nothing but depleted teams. Every round, they beat depleted teams. In the first round, they beat a Miami Heat team that didn't have Jimmy Butler. After the second game, I believe, they didn't have Jimmy Butler. Then in the next round, they beat a Cavaliers team. If you recall, Donovan Mitchell didn't play like the last two games of that series, right? Then they played a Pacers team. I think they swept them. They were without their point guard and their best player last year, Tyrese Halliburton, after the first two games, right? Then in the finals, they play a Mavericks team where Luka Doncic was hobbled and out of shape. Now, that was more on Luka, but still, they've had an easy path to the championship. Not to mention the various teams in the Eastern Conference that were injured. Remember the Knicks, as we all saw was going to happen, and I warned all year, I said, what's going to happen is Tom Thibodeau can run that team to the ground. And what happened in the second round? He ran that team into the goddamn ground. You start seeing injuries mount up. So that eliminated the Knicks. Other teams in the East started having injury issues too. So the Celtics the Celtics benefited from all of that. What's going on now is the rest of the league is getting better. Teams that were healthy, weren't healthy last year, outside of Philly, have been healthy this year. And Boston, who I've never thought was all that great any goddamn way, are being exposed. And when is Jason Tatum going to be held more accountable? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was Jaylen Brown that won Finals MVP, right? But everybody want to keep making Jason Tatum out to be the superstar on that team, the man on that team. When everything's good, they winning, Jason Tatum. But when they losing and struggling, nobody holds Jason Tatum accountable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is, but it's just ridiculous. And no, Lakers ain't getting no passes. Lakers ain't getting no credit. LeBron James scored 20 points last night, but he took 20 shots to get it. By the way, LeBron James became the first player in the history of the NBA to eclipse 30,000 career shots. Nobody else have attempted that many shots ever in the history of the league. But he probably missed the pass first. So he's the all-time leader in shot attempts, but not the all-time leader in field goals. So make that make sense. Mr. Pass first, my ass. And he had the worst plus minus of any starter on that team last night for the Lakers. Anthony Davis was the glue and is the glue that keeps that Lakers team together. He's the best player on that team. And he's the only one of that duo I give credit to at any chance that I get. You know what I'm saying? Because the other guys are fraud. Yeah, I said it. He's a fraud. He ain't been great since the bubble. He's just playing for stats. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it.